Hi guys, and welcome to these 90s prom makeup tutorial, and I also am going to show you a few dresses that I got. So everything was matte back then. If you look at pictures of people who actually went to prom in the 90s or like yearbook pictures from that time, everything was matte. There was no blinding highlight or big false lashes. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I think the most blinding thing was maybe like a holographic type of lip gloss on the lips and like some shiny blue eyeshadow. But if you guys get to the end of this video, I say like this video if you want a part 2 for a kind of natural powder blue prom look. And I did film that, so like it if you want to see that really soon so I can be motivated to edit it. But yeah, before I really mattify my face, I'm going to do my usual foundation routine, which is just cover up any imperfections and my dark circles with my concealer and foundation, and using a damp beauty blender just to blend it out, obviously. And then I'm going to heavily put some baking powder on my face, and this is what's going to get your face really nice and matte. You can always use a powder foundation to get that authentic 90s look to make it look really matte, but I didn't have any on me at this moment. Then I'm going to use the Dido Cosmetics Saturn Shade Palette, and I'm going to use this color right here. It's just a white flushed eyeshadow, and I'm going to place this all over the lids. Now I want to keep this look particularly matte at first, and then I blend in with a few shimmering shadows, and that's what's going to give it a kind of 90s look. I got inspiration from people like Tia and Tamara Mowry and also Brandy when I was looking at pictures like this, a little bit of Sarah Michelle Gellar, and just other people that kind of had this purpley eyeshadow brown look, but a lot from like Monica and everything. So that's the inspiration for this 90s prom look. So I'm also going to just place that on kind of like a cut crease, but it's not genuinely a cut crease, it's just so we don't get messy. But this purpley brown eyeshadow was really popular in the late 90s. So especially in R&B music videos, if you watch a lot of R&B music videos like me, you'll notice that. Then I'm taking this kind of shimmering brown eyeshadow. It's not overpowering, to blend on the lower lash line and also on the crease as well as the outer V of the eye. That's going to give it a nice 90s pop as well. And then of course touching up that white and taking a shimmering kind of purpley pink eyeshadow and placing a little bit of that over the white. So I don't want it to be stark white because then it's going to look more like mod makeup, and that's not what we're going for. Then I'm going to line my upper lash line and waterline with a brown gel liner, but this gel liner is really dark, so what I'm going to do is go into that palette and take that brown eyeshadow that I used to blend in my crease and put it over the black, well, it's not black gel liner, it's brown, and also onto my waterline. And look, it's a very 90s brown waterline and lash line. Then no falsies, you guys. I'm just going to heavily coat my lashes with my favorite Rimmel Scandalized mascara on my top and bottom lashes. Like I said, the falsies weren't really a big thing back then unless you were like a model. Even then, models didn't wear them as much, but if you look at true authentic 90s looks, they weren't wearing giant falsies, and if they were more individual lashes and kind of small demi lashes. But I didn't want to wear falsies because I wanted to keep this look easy to achieve. Then take a bronzer. I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and they did wear heavy blush. Like when if you look up 90s prom pictures or 90s prom updos, you can just take a peek at the makeup, and they wore heavy bronzer and heavy blush. So I'm going to heavily place that bronzer, and I'm using a bright pink blush. I don't want to make it too pink because then it's going to look more 80s than 90s. So there we go. I didn't overdo it. If this was an 80s look, you know I would. Now for the lips, I'm going to kind of dramatically overline just because looking at a lot of these pictures, girls did that back then, and that was really in the late 90s, was to overline with a really dark lip liner. And I'm using Strip Down by MAC. It does look a little crazy at first, but it's fine. Then I'm taking 1999 by Rimmel lipsticks, and this is just a really dark brown lipstick. And it looks pretty 90s already, but when you add a metallic liquid lip gloss like this, it just amplifies it, and it looks completely and totally 90s. Like, look at that. So now moving on to the dress portion. This is just how it looks like when I put the updo. I do have a 90s updo video, but if you want me to do kind of like hairstyles, like spiky ones like this, then let me know. And I just want to say that all of my dresses are true and authentic to the 90s, and I got them all at the thrift shop. And these dresses are amazing. I really wish I knew about thrifting back when I was in high school, because I would have totally worn a 90s prom dress to prom, and I really don't care. But yeah, so this is my first style, a red one. I also wanted to show you guys that I darkened the lip for this second look, and I put my hair down in kind of like a classic little straight hair look. And I really love this dress, and I put a choker on because what 90s prom look would it be without a choker? And I have been looking for a burgundy sparkly dress like this for years, and I love it. There's so many on Depop, you guys, a lot on Depop. If you don't like to go shopping or you're just not comfortable with it, I found so many. And there's also a lot on Etsy, but yeah. So this is the second look. It's if you want to go for a shorter dress. And this is the third look. So this makeup look is, if you want to see it, let me know. It's a very kind of natural powder blue eyeshadow look. And I am just wearing this other 90s blue crushed velvet prom dress. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.